If your body is the foundation of who you can become, your mind is the lens through which you interpret everything. But the mind isn't one unified thing. It's a collection of intelligences. Three distinct architectures that shape how you perceive the world, how you respond to life, and how you understand yourself. Most people are overdeveloped in one intelligence, underdeveloped in another, and unconscious in the third. Today, we're going to map your inner architecture so you can understand the three intelligences that govern your thinking, your emotions, and your meaning. The mind is an architecture of perception. Your mind is not a warehouse for thoughts. It's an active, interpretive field. Every moment of your life, your mind is asking, what does this mean? What matters right now? Who am I in this situation? What should I do? These questions are not answered by the mind in general. They're answered by three different intelligences, each with its own strengths and blind spots. IQ, which is your structural clarity. EQ, which is your emotional regulation and emotional intelligence. And PQMI, which is your meaning and narrative intelligence. Together, they form the blueprint of your perception. IQ is the intelligence of order. It gives you the ability to analyze, the capacity to model reality, logical reasoning, strategic thinking, pattern recognition, cognitive clarity. Think of IQ as the part of you that builds maps. It gives shape to information, boundaries to ideas, and structure to complexity. But IQ cannot tell you what matters. It can explain your life in perfect detail while leaving you completely disconnected from it emotionally. IQ is the mind's skeleton, necessary but not alive on its own. EQ is the intelligence of emotion and attunement. It governs your ability to feel without being overwhelmed, your capacity to tolerate discomfort, your emotional bandwidth, your interpersonal sensitivity, your adaptability under stress, your internal sense of safety. EQ doesn't eliminate emotion. It helps you hold it with coherence. Without EQ, your IQ collapses under pressure. You can understand the problem perfectly and still be unable to take action because your emotional system is overloaded. EQ is the regulator of the mind, the bridge between sensation and meaning. PQMI is the intelligence that almost no one names, yet it shapes everything. PQMI is your meaning-making intelligence, the way your psyche interprets events and weaves them into the story of who you are. It governs things like narrative interpretation, identity formation, symbolism, purpose, existential understanding, your personal myth, the lens through which you understand life itself. PQMI is how you answer, why did this happen? What is this moment asking of me? What kind of person am I becoming? A person with strong PQMI can transform adversity into growth. They see meaning where others see chaos. A person with weak PQMI falls into nihilism, confusion, or emotional collapse because experiences lack narrative coherence. PQMI is the intelligence of myth, identity, and existential truth. It is the intelligence that gives your life shape and meaning. These intelligences do not operate independently. They form a triadic architecture. IQ gives you the structure, EQ gives you the emotional capacity, and PQMI gives you meaning. Together, they form the architecture of your perception. Here's the danger. If one intelligence is underdeveloped, the entire system becomes distorted. High rational intelligence with low emotional intelligence leads to paralysis under emotion. High EQ and low PQMI leads to emotional sensitivity with no direction. High PQMI with low IQ means rich meaning without grounding, which can also lead to things like fantasy. High IQ and low PQMI leads to clarity without purpose, cold reasoning. A coherent mind requires all three to work in harmony. This is how perception becomes accurate, how decisions become aligned, and how identity becomes stable. When your three intelligences unify, something profound happens. Your perception sharpens, your emotional world stabilizes, your inner conflicts quiet down. You feel grounded but capable. You interpret your life with depth rather than confusion. You see yourself clearly, and your identity begins to reorganize itself. This is the second layer of the inner field, the architecture of meaning, thought, and emotional coherence. Where the body gives you stability, the mind gives you orientation. Now that we've mapped the architecture of the mind, we're ready for the next step, self-unification. In episode 3, we'll explore why you feel divided inside, why certain parts sabotage your progress, how internal conflict forms, how to begin integrating your fragmented selves, and how coherence becomes strength. If episode 1 built the foundation and episode 2 built the architecture, episode 3 begins the reconstruction of the self. Welcome to Soulburn. Welcome to the reclamation. See you in the next episode.